This just in. It's time to take a very cynical look back at the latest episode of Representing the WWE and live from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. It's the NXT. Air date November the 21st, 2023. This episode is the Road to Deadline, the premium live event, which is home to, of course, the Iron Survivors Challenge. So, let's get on with the wonderful show in
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Lip really loves wrestling. He likes to talk about it too. If you like to watch wrestling like he do, come and join us on the wrestling show. On the wrestling show. On the wrestling show. Baby!
Well, Bo. Well, Bo. Welcome to the Wrestling Show. I'm your most fickle host, Lip Hazlewood, and this is a very cynical look back at the latest episode of the WWE's NXT. And before we get into the show, just a quick shout out to the non-competitors. That's right. They're the glue that holds the building together, the foundation of where everything sits. Now, first and foremost, usually he's never really there. It's the person who makes all the decisions and removes belts if there needs to be. But we haven't seen him in a while. It is Shawn Michaels. You know, we see his name on a door every now and then, but he's more elusive than Roman Reigns. That's right. So now, next, getting all the pre-match interviews and all the backstage scoops, we got ourselves Mackenzie Mitchell. And heading into the ring, letting everybody know who is about to fight and the results of such matches. I believe it is our very own Kelly Kincaid. And of course, least we forget, it's the, I guess you can say, the commentary crew, the play-by-play guys, the hosts, and I call them the narrators of the whole damn show. They are the team of the two-time Hall of Famer. That's right, the two-time Hall of Famer. He's the man with the checks and championships on his mind. Shucky ducky quack quack, it's Booker T. And backing up Booker, he is forever the voice of reason. One hell of a commentator in his own right. Diggity dog, it's Vic Joseph. Now, without any further ado-s, let's get started with the show, because it's a pretty damn big show with 2 championship matches on the card tonight. So here we go. We start biggity big, which is a Heritage Cup match with the Heritage Cup rules, obviously. Your reigning and defending champion, representing the metaphor, it's Noam Dar. And of course, backing up Noam Dar, it is the Oro Menza, Lash Legend, and Jakira Jackson. Now the challenger for today, representing the Alpha Academy, it's Chad Gable. Of course, it's Gable, it reminds me of Tabla. And with Chad Gable, it is Otis, Maxine Dupri, and Akira Tozawa, the walking meme. This match was great. This match was really good. I would say probably match of the night. Close to match of the night. It was really, really good. These Heritage Cup matches, Noam Dar, he's a genius when it comes to wrestling. You know, I would like to see more metaphor in the ring there, applying their dominance rather than just being, regardless. I'm a fan of metaphor, So this match here went the distance, man. Went the distance. It was, like I say, it was a very good match. Round 1 went to nobody. Round 2, however, went to Noam Dar. Now they had a sequence here where I guess Noam Dar tried to go for his patented move, the chaos theory, where he gets you from behind, goes from behind, and he rams you to the corner, and then O'Connor rolls you to a German suplex. So he pushes Noam Dar to the corner. Noam Dar crouches down, and they both go through the second and third rope there. And then that's where the referee turns his back on everything for some reason. And then it's Oro Menza with the big jump kick, with a big kick to the head of Chad Gable. So yes, right. Ref didn't see that kick to the face, turned his back just in time, baby. And then it's the Nova Roller. That's right, Nova Roller taking out Chad Gable in the second round. So that continues. Third round, they go on. Ends with the one massive superplex. That's right, a superplex, not a mediocre plex off the second rope, but a superplex off the top rope. So there was, it was good. It was a very good ending for to the third round. Now the fourth round, this was a lot of Chad Gable offense. Chad Gable going high flying off the top rope. Now when he went, Chad Gable does his high flying headbutt, the flying headbutt off the top rope, and he practically goes 2/3 across the ring, 3/3 of the way across the ring to hit Noam Dar. Really impressive stuff, Noam Dar. There's a move it looks pretty dangerous. But it's pretty safe, I would assume. Now, it's taking place outside the ring. Noam Dar's outside the ring. He pulls Chad Gable. Chad Gable's lying on top of the ring. In the ring, on top of the ring. He's lying down, and he gets pulled out. And then he gets pulled out into a looks like a flatliner. He gets flatlinered from inside the ring to outside of the ring. It looked very impressive. Looked really good. Looked like it hurt real bad. So, of course, round 5. Now, round 5 was pretty quick. Noam Dar was, he was hurt pretty bad in the end of the fourth. Fifth round comes around, and it's Chad Gable. He charges. This fifth round was very fast. It was about 17 seconds. So it was a quick, front flip axe kick. I guess it's called a Liger kick, maybe. I don't know. Rolling Thunder, a front roll kick. That almost ends it for Noam Dar, because after that, it is the, the Chaos Theory. Now, while this is happening, Noam Dar's team kicks in action. It's Lash Legend. She jumps onto the ring apron there. The referee and, Tozawa even walks inside the ring. So she's on the apron there. She calls the attention of Maxine Dupree. She walks up there, and they're arguing. Referee turns his back, and that's when a big old sucker punch to the face. Noam Dar gets up and punches the best punch he can do on Chad Gable. Yes, behind everybody's back. That happened. Anyways, this match goes on. Round 6. Some really good moves. Now, Chad Gable, he gets on a ankle lock onto Noam Dar. Noam tries to shake him off, but just can't do it. But, it doesn't matter, because the round runs out before anything can happen. Now, here's the thing. The Heritage Cup is 6 rounds, so this is the last round. So the ankle lock is locked in. Noam Dar tried to shake it off, but he couldn't. Chad Gable keeps the ankle lock on. The clock does end, and then that's when Noam Dar taps out. So it doesn't really matter. Time runs out. The tap happens, but Chad Gable's all proud of himself. Hey, yes, I got the tap out, but no. Kelly Kincaid came out there, and she announced the winner. Due to the stipulations of the match, whomever finishes, if the match ends with a draw, it is the champion's advantage. So there's no extra innings. That's what it is. So yeah, Chad Gable walks away without the Heritage Cup. Noam Dar rule supreme. But however, the night's not over for these two teams, although it is over for Noam Dar and Jakira Jackson. Now inside the ring, Noam Dar and Jakira check out the cup because it's theirs again. It's theirs still, I should say. And it's Lash Legend gets in it with now, of course, Lash Legend gets in with a certain I don't know, Maxine Dupree pushing match. Lash Legend just pushes her right down like it's nothing. And then it's Ora Menza tries to push some Otis around. Otis does not even budge. Otis throws Ora Menza outside the ring. Oh, just push him, or in Ora Menza's outside the ring. Now it's Otis's dream. His dream come true. Some one-on-one time with Lash Legend. Lash looking great. You know, I'd say she looks like a champ. She looks like a champion out there. You know, she's got the look. She's tall. She's shapely. She's athletic. She's got all the hallmarks of a champion. And Otis likey, and he goes up there like advancing on Lash. And Lash, however, she turns around to get slapped in the face by Maxine Dupree. She falls backwards, but however, the trust fall is under good hands. Otis likey, so Otis catchy. Now Lash, she's like, oh my word, oh. And then she realizes who catches her, and she's freaked out, and she leaves the ring. So will Lash Legend, Otis become an item? And who knows? Probably they will on the show. But who knows if they already are an item backstage? Who knows if they're getting it on already? You know. So yeah, okay. So after that, we got ourselves a little bit backstage. Not really backstage. Maybe it's backstage. They have some sets and whatnot. They can do that. They always do. It is our very own the Angelo family celebration. Now coming to their favorite restaurant is Tony D'Angelo in Channing Stacks Lorenzo. So when they're there, they got their girl, their best girl. Her name is Ariana Rizzo. Adriana Rizzo. So she set up this big old pasta party for the Tony D and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, the Underbows. So yeah, this is for you boys. So chin done. Let me move on. And we go backstage literally. This with our very own Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Now, this is about the before. This is the post-match with the Iron Survivors qualifiers. Carmelo Hayes is going up against a big challenge, Josh Briggs. Now, these qualifiers are brought to you by John Bradshaw Layfield. He set these matches up for this week's. So now Trick Williams already in the Iron Survivors match. Now it's time for Carmelo Hayes to qualify. And the question is, hey, of course, Trick Williams got your back, but Carmelo Hayes thinks, you know what, I got to get in there and do it on my own. It's so weird. I guess he had to. Otherwise Trick Williams would do something to stop any shenanigans from happening. But anyways, Carmelo Hayes thinks he can do it on his own. Moving on. So the big match, the women's championship match, Lyra Valkyria versus Xia Lee. Now, the last time Lyra Valkyria fought was October 24th against Becky Lynch, when she won that, NXT title. And then she's attacked from behind by Xia Lee, kicked in the head, and this match never happened. I'm like, okay. One thing was weird in the first place, that this match here, the women's NXT championship match, would be put at number 2. It's like, really? This can't be happening. Why would you put it right after so something's weird's happening. Either Lyra is literally injured from the Becky Lynch match, or something's fishy brewing. They're just doing some good old setup work. We'll find out what truly is later on, even though I already know, and most people probably already know by now. Anyway, so enough of the mumbling. Let's go on with the rumbling. And we got our next match. It is instead of the women's championship match, we got ourselves a tag team match. Now, the tag ropes really don't matter in this. The tag ropes are used, but also there's some weird things that happen. Now, first of all, It starts off with, what's that, Edris Enofe in that ring there for a short period, and he gets tagged out to Malik Blade. He does most of the heavy lifting during this match. He gets his arse kicked. He just gets his arse beaten up a lot in this match. There's a couple of moves that the Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. There's some really cool things that they're doing in the ring there. They don't do it often. They don't do it often enough. But they had this one move where they double team Malik Blade. And it's Angel Garza. He gets Malik Blade into the Dory stretch. He tags out. And it's Humberto. He slingshots him over top. He does a slingshot blockbuster. And Dory bomb. It was pretty impressive. Pretty damn impressive. Never seen that combo before. But I like it. And then after that, it is a Humberto. Picks up the face of Malik Blade, and he's drop-kicked, a basement drop-kicked right in the face by Angel Garza. So some great moves. Now, the end sequences. Finally, Malik Blade has an opportunity to hot tag out. And this is where it gets interesting. It is, it seems like, Edris Enofe has the Cody Rhodes effect. Now when I say Cody Rhodes effect is this. When Cody Rhodes is in a tag team match, he holds that rope like it's, like his lifeline. But just before he gets tagged in, he releases the rope for some reason. He releases the rope before he gets tagged in. Maybe a second, maybe 2 seconds before, but it's released. And it's released like a hot potato. Like, whoa! It became like flaming hot. And this happened here too. Enofe just decides to, release a tag rope before you get tagged in. I'm like, what's going on here? Is it a telltale sign of something? I don't know. Or am I reading it too far into it? But anyways, tagged in. And then he takes on beats up both Angel and Humberto for a second. Taking them both on. He's on fire. Until, of course, Humberto catches him with a power bomb. And then after that, it's an interesting move. It's a Humberto throws Edris Enofe to the ropes, and then pops him up, poof, and you got to land on his face and his belly. Before he lands, it's Angel Garza with a kick. He kicks him in the midsection area. I'm not sure, but he ends up with a kick. It's another tandem move. Is it great? It's the first time they used it, and it leads into a victory. So yeah, Angel Garza beats Angel and Humberto beat Edris and Malik Blade in about 5.5 minutes. After that, we go backstage. It's with, of course, Josh Briggs, Brooks Jensen, and Fallon Henley backstage here. And Josh Briggs, he's got his opportunity given to him by, John Bradshaw Layfield. And his team's like, hey, brother, we're going to be there. We're here for you. We're going to be out there for you. Because we're here for you. Now, there's not one time where, Brooks Jensen and Fallon Henley ever cheated, interfered in the match for their teammate. They just watch. But, however, it's Josh Briggs. He wants to take this battle on alone. No backup, baby. So, interesting. Fallon takes that a little bit awkwardly. He's like, hey, what? Say what? Really? And it is curious why you would do that. But we move on. And it is, in fact, the match. It is the Iron Survivors qualifying match. Carmelo Hayes versus Josh Big Man Briggs. Now, Josh Briggs, he is a legitimate big man. He almost dwarfs Carmelo Hayes. But this match here was really good. Carmelo Hayes is a next-level competitor. Josh Briggs, he's developing. He's still developing, I believe. He's still got a lot to prove. But, yeah. Big man versus the very talented man. And this was really good. A lot of back and forth, like I say. Like I say, Carmelo Hayes, standing dropkick, gets the face of Josh Briggs. He's well into the 6 feet range. 6'9", I don't know. He's pretty tall. They take it outside the ring. Carmelo Hayes goes on the top rope, jumps off a la Sheamus style. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a high cross, but he just jumps off, lands like pretty much mostly on top of Josh Briggs. Now Josh does grab Carmelo and throw him over the commentating table. He tried to give him a seat. Take a seat! And that doesn't do anything. That doesn't help anybody's cause. Now, we got to move here. Now, Carmelo Hayes, he's a great wrestler, but it's Josh Briggs who's a giant guy. And every time, like most of the times where Carmelo Hayes gets a good offense going, he gets picked up and thrown. And he just gets picked up and thrown by Josh Briggs, the bigger man. The bigger man. Now, I usually make fun of Josh Briggs' ring gear, but today he's bringing it. No, there's a lot of people wear jeans in the ring. Let's face it, so no problems there. His boots were next level. Really appreciate Briggs' boots. Looks like Stax' old pair of boots he used to wear. Anyways, not to say it's bad or anything. He looks great. Rocks him. Anyways, now got a moment here where yeah. What's that? So here we go. In this match, it carries on. Josh Briggs. He gets. There's one move here. Josh Briggs really smashed. It's like a choke slam from hell, like the south of heaven. He picks him up right off the ground, right to the very. Like he just reaches up with this choke slam. He takes Carmelo Hayes. He slams him down there pretty good, and not just that, but he gets his big boot where he boots Carmelo Hayes right out of his shoes. He gets flipped around there. It's like really good for Carmelo Hayes is going to be losing this match in this here. But Carmelo Hayes turns things around. Now this is the end sequence here. Carmelo Hayes turns things around with one hell. Now he was going to get, I believe, choke slammed again. Carmelo Hayes turns things around with a lung blower. Some call it a recoil or a code breaker, whatever it is. It is Josh Briggs gets hit with it. And then it is Carmelo Hayes looking to put things away. But just like his match with Dragunov, it just takes one hesitation. One hesitation. Last time it was Trick Williams coming to the ring there, and Carmelo Hayes is like, what? What's going on? Oh, what? So this time the music hits. It's not Trick Williams this time. It is our very own Alexis King comes down to the ring. He hustles down there. He jumps on a ring apron there. Carmelo Hayes is completely, distracted. He could easily go off the ring there and finish his match off, and then focus on, Alexis. But he doesn't. He decides to deal with Alexis first. He gets off that ring. Rick gets off the corner there and deals a giant super kick to Alexis King's face. Turns around, and next they scuffle a little bit, and then it's one massive clothesline from hell. Huge lariat. After the lariat, Josh Briggs takes it to another level. They could have ended it, but Josh Briggs goes to the ropes with one massive moonsault. It wasn't as pretty as Tiffany Stratton's, but it was one hell of a moonsault. This guy is like, 7 feet tall? Moonsault? Yeah. Pretty impressive looking. So yeah, Josh Briggs gets a huge victory, going on to, surprised by everybody, the Iron Survivors match. Next on, we go backstage. We got ourselves little Mackenzie Mitchell talking to Lyra Valkyria about the beating, the attack she suffered earlier by Xia Lee, and is the title match officially off for today? And I thought it was. I thought it might be, but however, it's no on that, because she owes Xia a kick in the face herself. So it goes on. So yeah, so the match continues. So it's gonna be good. So with that, we go to Robert Stone's dinner party. With Von Wagner, Robert Stone and his wife and 2 lovely children. Have some lovely spaghetti and, and sausage. It was a lovely moment. Moving on. We go to the ring with Wes Lee. And he's talking about Dominic Mysterio, saying he's the lowest form of human. Really? Dominic Mysterio? Lowest form of human? I wouldn't say that. People don't like him, but you know what? A lowest form of human? Why? Why does he lowest form of human? Anyways, he talks about, though, the only reason why Dominic Mysterio is still the North American champion is the fact that he had a lot of help. He has a lot of help from the Judgment Day. You know, Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and the gang. So, what comes down is he feels like the North American title equals acceptance. And he wants that title because he likes that feeling of acceptance once again. And then with that, Dominic Mysterio comes out to the ring there, and he's pretty much saying, "You don't deserve a title shot. You've been losing and losing. This past 2 months, you got beaten by Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, and Baron Corbin. You know, but you know what? Here comes the thing. Dominic, he decides that maybe you do deserve a chance after you get through my gauntlet." So he creates a gauntlet match for next week. You know, so it's going to be 3 ex-champions that he's got to go through. So he's got to go through Cameron Grimes. So Cameron Grimes is going to lose next week. Bronson Reed is going to lose next week, and Johnny Gargano is going to lose next week. So Wes Lee can go up against Dominic Mysterio once again for the North American Championship. But anyways, next week should be amazing. Should be amazing. The Gauntlet match should be so fun. Such a fun. But I'm calling Wes Lee for the win. So next up, we go backstage. Again, a pre-match rally, I suppose, with Thea Hale. She's getting ready for her Iron Survivors qualifiers. Against Blair Davenport. But you know what? It is Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. They're not there. They're mired in controversy. And it's basically, they're there because it's a good reason they're not there. It's what JC Jane said. So, anyways, she's like, JC's got Thea Hale's back. Mm-hmm. And JC Jane will do anything to win. Will she do anything to win for Thea Hale? We'll find out. And we'll find out right now. No, actually not right now. Because after that we go backstage in their little cafeteria area, the kitchen area of the NXT training center, where Josh Briggs is excited. He's ecstatic about his victory, moving on to the Iron Survivors match. And he's met up with not Thea Hale, it is Tiffany Stratton. Congratulations. Like, so now you know how it feels like being a winner. I'll see you at deadline. And he's all happy and stuff like that. And she walks off, Tiffany Stratton. Looked like she's wearing lingerie there. It's like, is that your clothes or you're wearing just your underwear? Anyway, she's wearing pants. Okay, moving on. After she leaves, we got ourselves Brooks Jensen and Thea Hale coming in there. Brooks Jensen's all like, "Hey, yeah, congratulations." Thea's like, "What was that about? I'm a little bit jealous here. I'm a little jelly here. I thought me and her were enemies. You're talking to her. What the hell did you say?" Didn't really see much like that, but there's a little bit of animosity in the air there with Thea Hale and Josh Briggs. Okay, so now with that, we move on to our big Iron Survivors qualifying match with the women's division. It's Blair Davenport versus Chase Hughes, Thea Hale, and Thea Hale debuts her own theme music. No longer is she using the Chase Hughes, because it started with the Chase Hughes song, and then cut that BS and put my song on. And I'm not talking about Cut That Big Show. Anyways, so Thea Hale with her brand new music. This match was a little bit over 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. I believe Thea Hale, she's still new, she's still young, she's still green. Blair Davenport, she's a veteran of the sport. She's been around. So this match was a good match. It was a fun match. It was pretty good. Blair Davenport, she decided to work on the arm. She jumps up and stomps on the arm when she's up there. Good old double stomp. She starts ramming Thea Hale shoulder first into the second ring post. The turnbuckle pad. A couple of times there. I'm thinking, would this be a telltale sign to how it's going to end? How it's going to end? Doesn't. No. Doesn't quite work into the outcome, the algorithms. But Thea Hale, she turns things around, and she has, some call it the Glasgow send-off. I call it the My Cousin Vinny. Oh! And she runs, when you jump through the air with both fists, oh! And try to punch someone in the face with it. So Thea Hale with 2 My Cousin Vinnies, oh! Flying through the air, hits Blair Davenport 2 times. She tries to, she tries to end it, but Blair Davenport does turn things around. She starts wearing down gets a wonderful armbar onto Thea Hale. Thea, she tries to get some inspiration from the side there with JC Jane, and she's giving some inspiration out there, trying to push the ropes forwards, trying to get some, give her some motivation. And Blair had enough of the whole thing. So she climbs up the ring there. And she, I guess she gives a talking to JC Jane. Don't you help your friend. Well, she didn't really do anything besides, she didn't touch you at all. She didn't, flip you. Regardless. So she was upset. She distracted herself by giving JC Jane a verbal warning of some sort. And that's where Thea Hale jumps into action. A massive tope suicida between the first and second rope labels Blair Davenport outside the ring. And then like a wonderful exploder suplex outside the ring. Yes, that's right. These padding outside the ring really does its job. I knew you're going to see some really nice spots outside the ring, more and more of them. Even though you really shouldn't be fighting outside the ring. But anyways, it's an acceptable practice in this day and age. So they bring the fight back inside the match there. Thea Hale, she does a rolling senton. And then she sets up for her trust fall senton off the springboard trust fall senton onto Blair Davenport to try and finish it. But however, when she's about to set up for it, she looks out in the crowd, and the Chase U, I guess she's not getting the reaction she was hoping for or something. She's like, "Whoa, what's going on? You're not cheering for me? Why?" Like she's never done that before. So she stalls for a little bit and decides finally to take action. She does her trust fall, or I guess maybe it's a coffin drop onto Blair Davenport. Blair has her knees up. It's bad landing for Thea Hale. JC Jane could only just watch on and watch it happen. And then after that, it's a flying knee. It's a knee lift, actually, just a standard knee lift. And knocks the holy hell out of Thea Hale. And 1, 2, 3, it's over. And like I say, in about just a little bit over 4 minutes. Next up, we got ourselves a one-on-one match. It is Charlie Dempsey versus Eddie Thorpe. That's right. It's the Gobbledygooks. Representing the Gobbledygooks is Charlie Dempsey. Now, with Charlie Dempsey, now they're not called Gobbledygooks. I'm just a retard. Now, it's Drew Gulak and Miles Bourne. Only the 2 of them backing them up. So I'm thinking, where is Damon Kemp? Not there today. Who knows? He might be with another company. I don't know. He's probably just away. Maybe, I don't know. Regardless, so it's Charlie Dempsey with Drew Gulak and Miles Bourne versus Eddie Thorpe. Now, Eddie Thorpe, it's been a while since Eddie Thorpe's been in the ring. But hell, it's been a while since Charlie Dempsey's been in the ring. This match was about 4 minutes. And, I don't know. Eddie Thorpe, he's good. He's a very excellent, mediocre wrestler. I think there's nothing very special about Eddie Thorpe other than maybe he represents the Native American. But anyways, this match here was okay. Was nothing special. A lot of groundwork. Because Charlie Dempsey, he's British strong style. Eddie Thorpe, he's strong style in his own right. I thought we're going to see some weird trips, because Eddie Thorpe does some really fancy trips. He trips you a lot, like a lot of different types of judo trips. But it is a lot of this match is Charlie Dempsey. First gets him with the abdominal stretch and the knuckle grind on the rib cage. They fight on some more. Eventually, it's not the abdominal stretch this time, but he takes it to the next level, turns the abdominal stretch into the octopus. That's right, a leg over the head this time, and stretching him out. But however, Eddie Thorpe struggles to get out. He does maneuver himself, and he does like a bump, does a back bump, and then finds himself on top of Charlie Dempsey, like a roll up. And then 1, 2, 3, it's over! Charlie Dempsey loses the match. But however, after the match is over, it is a 3-on-1 attack. Charlie Dempsey, Miles Bourne, and Drew Gulak go on full attack on, Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe has nobody by his side to watch his back. But who knows, maybe this might be a start for Eddie Thorpe, to get some sort of, team together, start a faction of his own. Who knows? I think Eddie Thorpe could be a great leader. Okay, moving on. We go backstage. It's a little bit of the Tony D'Angelo family wrapping up their night, getting the money gifts. Like I guess they expect, I don't know. Do they expect money gifts all the time? Who knows? Who knows? So after that, they wrap up the party and they leave the dining area and they leave the restaurante. But however, they're greeted by Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. It's a surprise attack outside. They got none of their bodyguards are out there. They just got their ass kicked by the duo and they escape. I thought, oh my goodness, are they going to get kidnapped? Another kidnapping in the NXT? Because they haven't had a kidnapping in a little bit, in a hot minute. So I thought, is it due for another kidnapping story? But no, it's just a beat down and run away. So next up, we got ourselves our world titles match. The women's championship match. Xia Lee versus your champion, your reigning and retaining champion, the reigning and defending champion, Lyra Valkyria. Now this match is a little over 9 minutes. It starts fast. They didn't have the champion's introduction really, because Lyra just wanted to go. So they had a quick intro. Xia Lee this time got in the ring first, so there's no sneak attack there. But this match was about 9 minutes and 10 seconds. It was a lot of back and forth. This was, I don't know. This was okay. This was a good match. Very average. They fight outside for a bit. Then, Lyra Valkyria does her patented move. Before, a long time ago, she used to do a tope suicida. She might have got injured on a tope. Who knows? So right now she does these drop kicks. Now she jumps out the ring there, and she drop kicks, making sure that your opponent is close enough to the ring so you can't get touched with a drop kick. Because she catches herself with her shoulder, with her armpits. Didn't fall out. Thank goodness for that. Anyways, they fight on. That's just me being cynical. Now here's a one bump there. Lyra Valkyria, she's standing on the second rope, and Xia Lee pulls her feet from under her. Pulls the rug, and she falls, and looks like she hits. Looks like it was pretty bad. But this was a nice bump. Nice. Whoever developed this one, it was pretty good. She lands on her shoulders, hit the corner of the top rope there, and her head just off the side there, so it is not hitting the turnbuckle. It was good. Well executed bump. Now we move on. Xia Lee, she does this maneuver. No one knows what it is. It starts with an airplane spin, like fireman's carry. And she does an airplane spin. She spins around. And then she does a back bump. Xia Lee does a back bump. Now, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. Maybe it was supposed to be some sort of spinning cutter. But nobody knew what it was. Lyra Valkyria takes a bump on her front. Does a front bump. I'm like, okay, that happened. Moving on. And then after that, they scuffle for a little bit more. The big head finish. Xia Lee tries to go for a spinning heel kick, or a spinning roundhouse kick. She misses. And just like Becky Lynch, she ducks so hard that she rolls through it. She rolls past the old spinning kick. She gets spin kicked herself in the face, Xia Lee. And then with the brand new finishing move, Xia Lee gets put onto with a fireman's carry to a Michinoku driver. The fireman's carry to a Michinoku driver. or maybe a fireman's carry to a falcon's arrow. Either or, they're similar moves. And that was the finishing move. 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Xia Lee loses Lyra Valkyria with her first title defense. A very successful title defense. That's right. And that wraps up this week's episode of the NXT. So, for our podcast listeners, stay tuned for after this short break. We'll be back with some SmackDown. But for our YouTube audience, that's it for today's episode. I've been your host, Lip Hazlewood, saying we'll see you in the next episode of All the Wrestling Show.